It's doing its thing, and it says we are live.
Yeah.
All right, so I believe we're live. I can't bring my phone up, but all right, guys, thanks for joining me this Sunday on an impromptu live show. So normally my live is on Monday, but holiday season, why not take advantage of some extra time I have because I have time off work. So big thanks to Calico for joining me, and Craig G and Detroit Spartan. So let's get started, guys. Let's do this. I'm gonna probably go, I think on my screen, I think it's the same as what everybody sees. I'll probably go like clockwise. So we'll probably go Calico Basin, Detroit Spartan, Craig, and then back up to me.
Cool.
So I'm gonna start off with the wrist watch check. WWC, in case anybody that's new to the watch community, when somebody says WWC, can we do that? WWC? That means wrist watch check. So that's what people mean by that. I know we constantly have to like explain that to people that have been in the hobby even for a long time. They're like, what the hell does WWC mean? It's not a World Wrestling Championship. It's a wristwatch check. So, Calico, what are you wearing tonight on wrist?
Dude, I went with the split decision, the Denny's IHOP shit up stuff. Boom. Got the 53, and I went with the Bling Master.
Nice.
So yeah, that's what I did. Mazel.
I'm not sure how I feel about the two watches like that. I've never tried that. I might have to try that sometime. Isn't that like isn't there some like old super famous people that did that? They were in like politics, dictatorships.
Look, if you can sport two Rolex GMTs on the same wrist, that's something else. And there's only a few people that have done that.
Yeah. All right. What are you drinking there, Calico? Gin and tonic?
So I went ahead and busted out, since we have some people from a house we all stayed in, pulled out the.
I didn't even try that.
So let's start in. I don't know what you guys are drinking, but cheers. First shot.
Cheers. Oh, we're shooting it.
I got Dr. Pepper Zero.
Oh, I'm a big fan of the Dr. Pepper Zero, by the way.
All right, guys.
All right, Mr. Detroit Spartan, what are you wearing tonight?
First, I got to give the shout out to Kevin S. He'll know what this is.
Oh.
This is what happens when the Michigan State Spartans whoop on the Michigan Wolverines' ass. We win this trophy.
Yeah, Michigan State. Yeah, baby.
Kevin's in the chat too.
Oh, I know.
Blue Dial Sky Dweller on Oyster. Beautiful. I really, actually, the next time I come visit, I thought about, I think you would probably be the best one to sit down and maybe have, because I'm not familiar with the interface with that. And I know there's already videos out there showing how to do that, but like, I'll go back, I watch it probably like at least once a month, because it's amazing how the interface works on the Sky Dweller, and what that complication is doing is just mind boggling.
It's fantastic. It's the way it works. There was funny the other day. I was messing with it, and I didn't have the crown pulled out all the way, and I kept rotating the bezel, thinking that it was gonna like hack the movement or switch the date or whatever, and it wasn't doing anything. It's because I didn't have it pulled out all the way. So, but once you do, it's
neutral position.
Yeah, it was in like a neutral whiny position. But apparently it's so complicated that Rolex only has 2 watchmakers in the world that can service it. So if that tells you anything about it, it's pretty unique. And I've only had it for a couple months now, but it's one of my favorite pieces for sure.
The little bit of interaction I've had with them, it seems like it would feel more fragile than it is too, because of like how you engage. You have to rotate the bezel. I think 4 spaces. There's like 4 spots for it, and it seems like between doing that and then operating the crown to adjust each item, seems like there's a high probability of something failing. And I haven't heard of too many failures with them. So
No, I've never heard of it failing, to be honest with you. I've only heard good things.
Yeah.
So
And you're
do you run
drinking
into,
a
like-
Dr. Pepper Zero. So.
Yes, sir. I don't have I had a house guest this past weekend, and he was drinking one with like cream in it or something. Do you know anything about that, Rob?
Yeah, that one's a good one to drink. I like that one, but I haven't tried the Dr. Pepper Straight Zero. I did swipe one of your Coke Zero, their Cherry Coke Zeros. I swiped one of those, but I didn't swipe one of your Dr. Pepper Zeros.
Oh, it tastes just like Dr. Pepper. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it does. All right, Mr. Craig G. What are you drinking, first of all? Because you have something in the glass.
Yes, it's just water. No, it's Mandarin and tonic. Yeah,
Okay.
vodka and tonic.
All right. And
Seems
what
to
do you
be a drink of choice. But I have the new to me, new Glycine Gl 316, kind of a root beer GMT. Have it on this very cool leather strap that I got from a good friend of mine when he was down here this weekend. So
Yeah.
breaking this thing in. Thank you very much.
Wait, is the part number actually GL316? I just realized that.
Yeah.
So
Or the
do
model
you
number,
realize,
yeah.
Yeah, do you realize the irony of that? They gave it a part number of GL316. 316 is a stainless steel code, and it's a bronze watch.
I guess I never the
It
thought
really
never occurred
pairs,
to me.
It really pairs well with the $3,000 price tag that they always reduce down to
Yeah.
whatever the actual
Well,
sale price is.
they are owned by our good friends who also are well known for that,
Yeah.
right?
Which Calico's wearing the mother company of Glycine.
Yeah,
Gl.
he's got the Invicta.
He's got the
Well,
Invicta.
no, 53.
Oh, we're not calling it Invicta?
You know, what's interesting is 316 is a part number of like, for God so loved the world, he gave that, you know, it's like a
Oh, we're gonna do
reference,
passages too.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's such an odd number to give something, and then you've got Trigicon. I don't know. It goes down a road anyway.
Yeah, we could go down that path. We probably should be safe and not do that. So tonight I am drinking my much adored Johnny Walker Black. This is the last of it, so I'll have to make a run to the store. And I am wearing. The handcuffs are still on it. Wow. That is a huge bottle too. When we picked that up, I didn't realize how large that bottle was going to be, and we did a pretty good dent in it. I'm sure you've had maybe a little bit more of that, but like I think we did a pretty good dent at the house in that one. So I am wearing a new pickup for me, a Shinola Runwell Station Agent 45mm automatic. Gasp! I bought a Shinola, so I like Shinola. It is what it is. Calico
That's a
wears
badass
Invicta.
watch.
Craig's wearing an Invicta.
There's a Shinola. There's nothing wrong with Shinola. Shinola's beautiful. It's a nice watch.
All four of us own Shinola.
Yeah.
Technically, right? Yeah. Three of us own the exact same model. So, I mean, Calico, if you wanted to join us on that, you could probably pick up one of those Burton Shinolas. You have yourself the Burton snowboard and the book and everything.
Yep.
I'm Las Vegas. There's no snow here.
Yeah, I'll give you a deal on one, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can work something out.
I think mine's in better condition.
Kevin
Kevin
wants
all
fake
three of
news.
you ready to unload
Fake
it?
news.
Let's see if I
Fake
can-
news.
Yeah. Look at that.
I don't know if
Is
Kevin
that
wanted a
small
close up
seconds?
of it.
Small
It's a
seconds,
small
right?
seconds automatic.
Yeah.
It's using a Solita SW, whatever the number is for the small seconds.
That's the agent, right?
This is the Station Agent. Awesome leather strap. Comes with all the history. Shinola does really good job with their special or limited edition watches, doing really nice kits with them. So that's actually kind of nice added little feature with that brand. But all right, I think we got all of that stuff. Neff says it looks huge. It wears good. Like it doesn't feel or look huge on my wrist, like to me personally. I posted up some pictures of the Shinola next to a 42 millimeter Weiss, and they look very similar in size. And I think because the dial size is actually similar. But
Their straps are amazing.
their straps are
great.
amazing. You could just
yeah.
buy the straps and put them on other watches and be good. So, all right, I have some topics and/or questions. I think we're gonna just kind of run through them. If people have comments or questions, definitely, post them up in the comment section here, and I'll try to, grab them if they're something I feel like addressing. So, but okay, so first one I have is, and this was, I think Craig gave me this idea, but I'm going to start off with Calico. Since we're seasonal changes, even though some of us have a more defined seasonal change, Calico doesn't really have super defined season changes where his region is. But so when the seasons change, do you find that your taste or what you primarily wear changes with watches?
Oh, for sure, right? I mean, that's part of what's neat about it. I mean, I don't think I can do one watch all year round. Some people can. So yeah, like around Halloween, I was wearing this watch here. It's a Boulder Odyssey limited serial edition 500
It kind of
meter.
looks like a Green Goblin or what?
Yeah, it's a tub diver. I mean, I take it down like 7-8 inches in the bathtub, no issues whatever. But anyway, though, yeah. So like I pulled that around October, and I actually put it on today with my red shirt, right? And it felt
red and green.
felt like holiday, right? I mean, I felt like I was doing like the holiday cheer. I watched some videos on some people like Stu puts, some good stuff with the holidays there in Michigan. Beautiful area. Rob, you've got some stuff going up there with the snow where you're at in Las Vegas. We just don't get it. So I look to you guys for like the inspiration. So yeah, I do mix up the watches, and sometimes with leather bands too. The steel versus the leather band. Just putting on this 53, the leather band felt a lot better today than some of the steel I've been wearing. So yeah, I mix it up.
For sure. How about you, Mr. Detroit Spartan? Season changes, fall, winter, like we are right now. Like you find yourself wearing different things, like drawn towards different type of watches or straps.
Yeah, in the summertime, I tend to wear my Submariner or any kind of diver in the pool a lot, or swimming in Lake Michigan or wherever around water a lot. I'm around irrigation and stuff like that a lot as well. So in the summer, I definitely wear more rubber straps, more divers. And in the wintertime, around the holidays, I tend to wear my like day dates and things like that, more dressier pieces, because I tend to dress up a little more around holiday parties and whatnot. But
yeah, parties, get-togethers, kind of dress it up a little bit. You still stay on bracelet though, don't you?
Oh, totally. I don't.
Yeah, you don't have a bunch of leather strap options.
I'm not against them, but I'm into breaking news. I'm into Rolex a little bit right now, and I tend to just love the bracelets. Like I wouldn't even consider swapping them out for anything else. But I do have some stuff on leather and NATO I'll wear now and again, and I'm thinking about buying a Tank Louis Cartier that Donna and I can wear together. So that's on a leather strap that I would consider wearing. But yeah, for the most part, I'm all about the bracelets.
That would give you, I think the Tank would give you a really good solid strap monster type watch. I mean, even the leather that it probably comes on is what it would probably stay on. But
yeah,
when you get to that higher tier like that, typically the either included bracelet or the strap is the one that you're going to wear it on, because it is also premium as well as the watch.
Totally. And if I was going to buy a strap, to be honest with you, it'd be from Shinola. Every leather strap or any leather good we've gotten from Shinola has been top quality.
Yeah, and there are straps that are more money, but really, like if you go buy a Shinola strap at retail, Calico and I were just talking about this, like we were joking about it, because I'm like, well, we'll go to downtown and we'll each spend like $500 on straps, and then he's laughing and he's like, "That's like 2 straps," because some of them are
Yeah.
like $250. They're not cheap.
Yeah, no joke.
I like them. I bought a Shinola watch just for the strap and used it on other things. That Shell Cordovan Horween leather.
Yeah.
I bought custom ones made, and they don't even touch it. Don't even touch it. They're in a
Yeah.
league of their own on their leather.
They do offer a factory tour, by the way, if anyone's so inclined. I didn't even know this. This was years ago. My in-laws were in town with my brother-in-law, and he actually looked it up and set it all up. And the really cool thing was that our tour guide was one of the Fishers from the Fisher family. So it was really cool. And they took us through where they made all the leather straps and handbags and all that kind of stuff. So quite cool. I just
would
wish they
definitely
made
go
more.
through that.
Yeah, I wish they made some longer lengths. I've got a little bit bigger wrist, and I'm kind of a stickler when it comes to strap length. So wish they offered that.
They do have longer straps. Well, even this one that's on this, I feel like it's too long for me. I know you
Yeah.
tried it on.
Yeah, that one fit really well. From what I remember, though, online, it didn't seem like they were offering anything but a 125.75, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
But-
figure it out. All right. So Craig, how about you for the? It was your question. You posted
Yeah,
something earlier,
well,
seasonal changes.
I've always
look at what you're wearing right now. That's
Right.
because of what season we're in, essentially.
Right. I mean, I've kind of come a long ways because I used to be almost exclusively divers, and you know, even bright colors, orange divers, yellow divers, that kind of stuff. So, I wouldn't have 2 years ago, I wouldn't have thought of having a bronze case watch, or brown, heaven forbid, let alone not have white indices, having kind of Fotina kind of colored indices. And now I've got a bronze watch with a brown dial and a leather strap. So who would have known that just a few years ago? So come a long ways. But like Stu, I'm mostly a bracelet guy. Been fortunate here this last year, got a couple of watches with some really nice rubber straps and deployants. So that's been working out. But hey, it's a brave new world as we come into fall. Continue with the deployants and the rubber, but explore leather a little bit. So yeah, and the warmer colors. You reviewed some that 4-pack of watches you had from Lucido a while back. You had some brown in there on 3 of the watches, and with that Brian May, that was a great set. Warmer colors, great for fall.
Right. 100%. I'm right there with pretty much everybody. I am typically a bracelet guy as well, but it seems like as we're getting into the fall and the warm weather and everything like that right now, or the cold weather, I picked up the Longines Big Eye, and it's on a leather strap, and I wore the heck out of it. I just picked up the Shinola on a leather strap. Like, honestly, I haven't even worn a watch on bracelet in a little while now. Like, it's been a little bit. So like Kevin S just said, yeah, fall, winter, it seems like it just lends itself to wearing on leather. I'm not a big fan of the NATO or fabric straps. I love the way they look, but I don't like them on me. I think I like leather with a taper. Like, I like tapering leather straps is my preference.
They do make leather NATOs. I even had one on this watch yesterday.
That's right, you did.
Yeah, I cut it to make it a single pass, so that way you can position the buckle where you want.
It does give you that versatility of doing that. That is a very strong, solid point on that one. And with that Glycine, like you just did, because that watch is already so thin, it's okay to add 1.5 mil or 2 mil, maybe not double up because you cut off that one. But when that watch is only like 10 or 11 thick, you can bring it up, because most Seiko divers are like 13.5 mil thick. So
yeah,
I could see doing a single pass leather.
Yeah, this thing.
It's crazy.
When I wear the Apple Watch, this is a watch though that I wear those cloth bands on. They sell them.
Those are good.
I'm sure there's, this one's the silicone that it comes on, but
yeah,
I've got so many of them. I like that for golf. It's lightweight. It makes this really light, and yeah. So there's bands that you wear for different situations. You know, so.
Swiss Watch Company did their a couple of their watches on that similar style strap as what you know Apple does, and I think you can buy these straps separate. So these are, I like these. These are still really comfortable.
Yeah, SWC did it, and they did it at an affordable price. I bought about 4 or 5 of those for my bunker. $7-8 each.
Oh wow!
They're not.
Wow.
Well, yeah, I mean,
they're pretty inexpensive to make, I think, at this point, because they're everywhere. I mean, you can go on Amazon, you can go on AliExpress or whatever.
But they didn't go out there and say $50. They made it inexpensive, and they're passing it on. So they're saying, hey, buy our watch, and you can get these straps reasonable. I mean, and when I put them on that bunker, it was really neat because I think they had the quick release on them too. On one end, it was the quick release, and then it thread through a pin on the other, or a push pin on the other side. It was neat. It was really neat. It made that titanium watch even lighter.
For sure.
This one's for Hector. Got to read the comments to get this, guys. Yeah.
Cheers, Hector. Amigo.
Being assembled.
Good to see you, Wilson.
So Roy the Tiger says, I thought they shared some parts, but being assembled in Detroit, I could have sworn I saw them during a tour of the show. Yeah, so Shinola does use parts sourced throughout the world, and then the final product in most cases are assembled. Like this one, I'm not sure what their policy is with assembling automatics. Those might come direct from their manufacturer, but their quartz ones, they assemble. I don't know if we can find out. I don't know, Detroit, if you have a contact. Well, I mean, I guess I have a contact over there too, but I'd be curious on the automatics.
I can find out, but I'm pretty sure they still assemble them. It's just not to the same degree that they assemble the quartz pieces. It's the movements kind of all together when they
they probably place the dial and do the handset and then put it in the case.
It's like a modular movement.
That would make situation. Sense.
Do they have their own? Do they have their own rotor in the back or anything, or just?
Some of them they customize.
Yeah, it has a fully blacked out rotor. It's gonna be hard to see, and then it has the Shinola lightning bolt on it. But like you can kind of see it. But what would have been really cool is if, like, on their buckle, they do the lightning bolt, but they color it in with orange. If they would have did the orange colored in on the lightning bolt on the rotor, that would have been nicer.
Yeah.
So I think Shinola could probably, I would be willing to do some like consulting for him for a fee or something, because I have some ideas. Yeah.
It's a yellow rotor.
The custom yellow. All right, so let's move on to I think we covered everybody, didn't we, on that one? I don't even know what we talked about. The watch preferences, and then we got off track. So the next question is, this one's going to make you think a little bit, but Calico, if you can isolate and pick a favorite 2021 watch pickup, what was your favorite watch that you picked up in 2021?
Given to me or bought?
Bought.
Ooh, no doubt. Right there. The
Pelly.
My blue pretty Pelly. This baby here comes with some memories, some pizza, Matari.
Oh my goodness. That's a story. That's a story within a story.
I know. Craig gave me $1 bill when I got this watch. I came all the way to Detroit. Spartan there set up some stuff. Rob had some stuff. We went to Lucido's. This watch it's a journey that started in the summer and ended in Michigan with these guys. All of them were there. And I got paid $1 after I bought it even. Probably not a good exchange.
I want that $1 back, because that's my gas money for picking you guys up.
True. Thank you. Oh man, you can't be like that. Wait, that's quid pro quo. Vegas, I picked you up. I was like Uber. I didn't get anything.
It wasn't 2 a.m. though.
Yeah,
that's true.
that does make
I
a
know.
difference. What time?
I love you, brother. It's all good.
But in
That's what
Calico's
Dionne Warwick
defense,
said.
it
What
was
good
only like
friends are
11
for.
o'clock.
Yeah, right. My time zone, it was only 11. But I'll tell you, Craig, you were right on it, and we appreciate it. I mean, it was a beautiful airport holiday. It was a great time. So my favorite pickup, no doubt, the Tudor Pelly, the blue, everything about it, the memory, the relationships built. So yeah, that's a quick one for me to answer at this point.
So Detroit Spartan, favorite pickup for 2021 watch by. It probably
Obviously,
ties in with what this is too.
Yeah, I'd have to go Rolex. Usually I get one allocated Rolex per quarter, and then I buy like just random watches here and there, like one per month. I can't
When he
remember.
says random stuff, guys, real quick, I have to intervene. When Detroit Spartan says like random pickups and stuff, he's talking about like Tudor Black Bay 18 karat Black Bays. That's the random watches that he's picking up. Just so you know.
Random, like
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that would definitely be in the running. But out of the Rolexes, I'm waiting on a John Mayer Daytona solid yellow gold green dial that may even be in next week. If it is, it'll be that. But it's hard between the Cermet, new Polar Explorer 2, and this blue Sky Dweller. I'd have to say the Sky Dweller. I love blue dial watches. I love this blue dial in particular. The complications, everything about it. I mean, you can wear it dressed up. You can wear it dressed down with the Oyster bracelet. You and me and Wilson got to see probably the first one in Michigan on a Jubilee, and I got to decide between the Jubilee and the Oyster. And I had to wait a little longer to get it on Oyster, and I'm glad I did. And I absolutely adore this watch. But yeah, like you said, I mean, that Tudor 18K would be in there. The Oris Fratello would be in there. But this piece is just special. And a good buddy of ours got one shortly after, and it kind of feel like a connection with him. And I love everything about it. It's kind of speaking of Rolex wise, it's kind of a grail.
Yeah, it's definitely a champ. It just made me think about something because I've been able to see because of hanging out with you and Craig and Wilson and everything, and coming down to Southeast Michigan and then being exposed to Lacido and everything like that. Being able to see some like amazing things. And I'd have to look this up. Maybe off the top of your head, what would that watch look if they did like it on an Oyster Flex? Because that one's not available on an Oyster Flex, is it?
The blue dial isn't, but they do have Sky Dwellers on Oyster Flex.
The full gold ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this particular piece, I mean, I don't know. I love it on a bracelet. It just kind of completes it. But yeah, I don't. It's a good question. I mean, anytime they put out an Oyster Flex sports model, at first you're like, man, does that really go with that? And then you and me just handled one on a Daytona, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, actually, one of our visits to a AD, we did handle. I don't remember if it was a Sky Dweller or if it was a Yachtmaster. It was a full gold something. I think the guy was there to pick it up, and we got to see it real quick. And it was on an Oyster.
That was a Yachtmaster.
Okay.
Or no,
a Yachtmaster.
That was a Sky Dweller. That was a
full gold Sky Dweller.
Yes.
Okay.
That
was hot.
Misspoke.
That was hot. I really like that. I can't afford that, but I could potentially eventually afford a stainless steel one on an Oyster. But I mean, you're gonna want the bracelet and the rubber though. So
totally. It for some reason it seems like they they tend to use precious metals for the Oyster Flex, so I don't know if we will see a steel watch on an Oyster Flex anytime
Unless
soon.
some like aftermarket does it,
Totally.
like Everest or something or whatever.
Everest, Rubber B, but just imagine if they put an Oyster Flex on a Submariner. Like we love our Submariner bracelets, but that'd be a badass watch if they put it on a Oyster Flex.
I agree. They do reserve that basically for the precious metals though, because it does a couple that cuts down on weight, cuts down on cost, all that stuff.
Totally.
All right, so Craig, you've had plenty of time to think about this. Hopefully, you can come up with an answer. Favorite
It's
2021 watch pickup?
flip a coin. I had a late pickup this year prior to this that really kind of muddied the waters. I would have said Explorer 2 because that was my birthday present, my kind of big birthday present. But I also ended up getting the Aquaterra World Timer. So between the two
that was
of
pretty recent, yeah. Well,
between
both
the two of them,
pretty recent.
yeah. So I don't know if we can see that, but yeah, a little bit of glare on the white, but yeah, I have a hard time deciding between these two which one I like better.
Yeah, they're both outstanding in their own way.
Yep.
We're on both. We're on both.
Yeah, I can
Wearing both at the same time.
double. I got two wrists, right?
Just do it, man. Just do it, man. Just put them both
Calico,
up.
you
Do it.
just changed up again.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
I didn't even see you do that.
Yeah. It's like magic. It's like Vegas. It's a Vegas show.
I love that World Timer, but I think that Explorer 2 just means more, especially after what we went to yesterday and just thinking about it with your birthday and everything, Craig. I think that Explorer 2 is a keeper forever.
Yeah. Both of them. I don't think are going
Craig
anywhere.
loves Omega though, man.
I do. I've got three of them. So yeah, but Stu is right. There's a lot of sentimental value to the Explorer 2. So
my favorite pickup of 2021 is my sub. I mean, no doubt about it. Just because of everything how it transpired, everything about it, and honestly, I was trying to think about this. I still need to make the video. I don't know if it's too late for AB, but it's my most worn watch also for 2021. So that's a.
It looks like all of us have memories, and our favorite watches and pickups are all in that Detroit area for 2021.
Pretty much,
True.
for sure.
I mean, think about that, right? It must mean somebody's doing something right down there with customer service.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, we deal with between the four of us, we have been dealing with two different places, and they're both phenomenal. It's Lucido's and Tappers, and they're both in the Southeast Michigan region. And we've had not just really good service, but like legitimate friendships, like beyond the watches with both of those places. So and the people that work there. So it's pretty awesome. All right, let's move on to a next item. How long have we been doing this? 33, we got time. So I think I'm gonna jump ahead to a couple different things. This one, we'll try to do this one quick. And this might be hard, it might be easy for some of us, but Calico, if you could pick, other than the watch hobby, do you have another hobby that is borderline like luxury? Maybe it could be, well, most hobbies are luxuries, right? So do you have another like big hobby that like kind of competes with the watch hobby?
Legal, Calico, legal.
Listen, he lives in the Vegas area, so like legal, I mean, there's a lot of things that are legal in that area that are
PG-13, Calico.
Yeah, it was interesting. Somebody gave me for the holidays those antique brothel coins. You'd give cash to the madam, and then they would what would they do? They'd give you this coin that would say this service, you know, and so use the coin, so the women never had any money.
Oh, so
but,
there was no
it
cash for them, right?
Right, yeah. So that coin is
Oh.
as useful as a condom in a convent right now. But anyway, so
Nice story, Joe.
something
Nice
that,
story.
yeah. So
I would have never
probably
known
knives.
that, Joe. Thanks.
Yeah.
It's
Need to know.
Vegas stuff.
FYI.
Totally clueless to that one.
And I'm
I
sure
know.
people collect those.
Right. They're highly collectible. I'm not sure why they thought to give that to me, but
Calico should be a spokesman for Me Too.
right. Yeah, it was really odd. So but anyway, yeah, knives this year. Knives came on to collecting. I ended up acquiring. I've always collected a lot of knives. I have a lot of knives in the safe, a lot of things going back 20 years, and some of those are Microtechs, the mirror ones that I got for like 800, 900 then. They're like $4 or $5 grand now, and I don't do much with them, but I got back into it a little bit this year. A lot of people in the Discord group that we're a part of are into it, so I sold a lot of lower end and the knives, and ended up acquiring some. And some people in the group are pushers and enablers, and you know, it's
Yeah. There's Dirk chiming in. Yeah.
Yeah, this one
Dirk.
right here. This is from Dirk, actually.
Dirk's chiming in.
One, yeah, after we were in Orange County for the meet out there, you know, I'm driving around with Dirk. He's in the back seat flipping his knives. I mean, if I hit the brakes, I probably wouldn't be with it, you know, everybody today. But so I get back to Vegas, and he sends me a message. Hey, I sent you a knife. If you know, try it out. I'm like, no, I don't need that. I don't need it. Then I'm like looking at it. I'm like, how much you want for it, Dirk? He's like, this much. I said, okay. So I bought it before I even got it. It turns out it's a Norseman, just a neat blade. But knives have taken a lot from me this half of the year.
For sure.
The last half of the year.
Yeah, I think most of us actually had been dabbling, maybe not Craig, but dabbling with knives a little bit. Even Detroit, I know, has. But
Yeah.
Let's move it over to Detroit Spartan. Do you have another hobby that kind of competes with watches? I know you go pretty hard on the watches.
Well, first I gotta echo Calico. I mean, I asked Dirk about a knife that I was interested in, and he just said, here's the tracking information. And it showed up at my house for no charge. I said, what do I owe you? Nothing. So Dirk is really the man. He's not only the man from his Knives YouTube channel, Dirk Werning. He's a great friend. So shout out to Dirk. Other than that, golf clubs are probably my biggest thing. I'm in the golf industry, and between graphite shafts and different materials and different heads and things, I probably have
Do you know how
well
hard
into
it was for Calico not to say anything when you said shafts and heads?
Yeah, he got excited. I know. We know.
I'm not gonna lie. I've had a lot to drink so far, guys. So
No,
we're talking about long
no.
straps and
You
shafts
drank?
and heads and stuff.
You drank? I didn't know you drank.
Yeah, today I have.
No, but yeah, I collect a lot of custom golf shafts from all over Japan, all over the world.
So you buy the components though, and then you can assemble them later, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you don't buy whole kits.
Dude, I golf a lot, and Stu's got me on that. He's got some amazing stuff. I can only imagine.
Totally. A lot of it's from the actual PGA Tour trucks. So I get the heads and the shafts all separate, and they're all custom made. So the watch guys, you could really nerd out on that stuff too. It's crazy how technical it gets, but yeah, that's golf clubs, golf accessories are probably my other obsession. But watches have really taken over. I mean, it's I had some health issues last year, and I haven't been able to golf as much since getting back into it now. But watches have really taken over, and that's probably definitely my true passion.
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's a little less hard on your body and easier to do while you're recovering still. So
Absolutely.
Do you actually tool them together, Detroit? Do you actually take like some of those shafts and mix them with the heads to do lofts and and set that up and check it out and see how that, like, does it improve your game? I have a fine writing instrument, but my penmanship didn't get any better. You know, how's it in the golf world when you take that custom stuff?
Would it improve your game? No. Would it improve my game? Yeah.
Wow, shots
You
fired.
got
I can't
gotta-
even say what I'm thinking, but I know what you're talking about. It's probably
you got to
true.
hit it in the center of the club face on a consistent basis for it to matter. But yeah, I assemble everything, and now with the newer tech, you can do it all with specialty wrenches and stuff like that. So I swap out stuff all the time. It's an obsession, and it's actually more expensive than watches, believe it or not. So
Stu, you're the
it's
only
a
one I
crazy.
don't have a dollar from. You're the only one I
Yeah.
haven't got a dollar. Rob, I got a dollar. Craig, I got his dollar. Stu, we got to come up with something, and it might be related to golf, but I'm going to get a dollar. It's going to happen.
Keep dreaming, bud. Keep
Gonna
dreaming.
happen.
There's a reason you don't have a dollar.
Don't ever
Yeah.
bet against him, Detroit. I don't. He rigs it. There's some other. He's got some sort of like
Please,
gambling
Please.
mojo.
please. That
mojo.
Luminox was straight up not a Luminox.
The
No,
day,
but
hey,
we got a better story out of it. That dollar was pure entertainment. All right, let's
day
move
you-
over to Craig. Craig, do you have a hobby that competes with watches?
Motorcycles. Yeah, motorcycles. I was into motorcycles. I don't want to say before watches because I've obviously had watches before I had any motorcycles, but I really got into motorcycles kind of before I seriously got into watches. But like Stu said, the watches is taking more and more of my time and energy, and I've downsized, from down to 2 bikes. We'll just say that. So,
There's a
and-
story behind that, but
yeah, and even the acquisition, a big acquisition I had this year was because of something with the motorcycles too. So, yeah, so motorcycles.
and you do ride quite a bit. I mean, you've been
Yeah.
up by me a few times, and there's a campground just down the road from me. I've stopped and met up with you, and I know you ride in this area, and I know you've been down to like Tennessee and
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
where else you go, but you ride for sure.
yeah. I've been all over, on road, off road. I kind of do it all, enjoy it all now. So, hope to get down to see Mr. Rizzo in the Keys.
That would be awesome. He's
I
on
haven't-
Marathon Key, which
yeah.
is awesome.
I have not been down. I mean, we go to Florida. My in-laws live in Florida, but I haven't been down to the tip, and I want to go across the bridge down to the Keys. So
Okay, you haven't ridden that on a bike.
no, or a car for that matter. I have never
Oh,
been to
really?
the Keys yet. Yeah, no, I've been to Miami before, but never south of that. So I wanna do it on 2 wheels first.
Oh, maybe we should all fly down to Miami and then drive down to Key West and hang out.
Rent a bike or something. Yeah,
Oh,
that'd be fun. I would.
maybe a scooter or something.
Don't relive Dumb and Dumber, right?
Well, I had those Honda Ruckus. I could
Yeah.
rent those maybe. Make that. They probably wouldn't let me. All right, so I'm gonna answer my version of that question. Is there something else in the hobby or another hobby that competes with watches? And I would have to say, not really. Nowhere even close. I mean, I dabble in a few other things, but it's usually loosely associated with watches, whether it's the community or the tools or playing, just modding them or something like that. It's usually like the watches are the center of that universe, and then it kind of like gets tied to it. Like even recently, whether it's knives, the knives I use to open the boxes of watches. So that there's just another tool. And then recently I've bought a few pens. I know we're not going to talk about pens, but I've got some pen things going on. But that's because I make a lot of notes for show prep and everything like that. I just wanted a pen. So, but nothing else really competes with I don't have another hobby other than that. So, all right. I'm gonna skip over there. We'll get to that one. I have to ask this one, and I think I gave you guys all heads up on this. Maybe not Calico, but a lot of people in the chat and a lot of people that maybe watch this later on are going to be very interested in the answers of this question. Favorite watch in the $500 range ish. I'm going to give you a plus minus range of probably 100, right? So $500 range, if Calico can still speak, if his face isn't numb, in the $500 range, $100 either way. do you have one that you can pop off the top of your head, Calico?
That was a very fast question.
You want me to circle back?
So I'm thinking of one right now that it's favorite right now only because I've been wearing it a little bit more, but only because Matrix, the movie. I didn't get the limited release black one, but I've been wearing this Hamilton PSR. I think it's close to 500, right? It's gotta be $500. So anyway, I've been wearing this a little bit, you know. And
yeah, what is
because
retail
movie's
on
coming
that
out.
one?
Like
Retail on that
$500.
one might be $795-ish or something like that.
It's close enough. Close enough.
Something like that. So, and then
Yeah.
of course you're going to get it for less than that. So yeah, I think that definitely falls in that 500-ish
Yeah.
range.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
not
feel
like-
like that's a really deep track, like left field, like way out there type pick. I really appreciate that because sometimes it's easy to pick like the standard answer that a lot of people will do in that $500 price range, which I don't even know what that is anymore because prices have went up.
It's a nice watch. It's got like 200 meters, so you can wear it in the tub. It's got that 80s Terminator LED going on it. It's a Bond watch, right? So this is the
watch. And you can read the time without hitting the button. Like you're hitting the button for our benefit to actually be able to see it, but the time is displayed regardless.
Yeah. I think you can see it right now. I don't know. It's always on. There you go. Right.
Yep.
So you can see it. It's always on. That's what differentiates it from some of the other watches that are LED. This one's got something else going on. It's nice. I like it a lot. And the Matrix version is going to be incredibly hard to get once that movie drops. And they only made a few of them.
Like 1,999 or something like that. But there's only from my information, I think they're other than I've tried to corner the market on it, so there should only be like 1,998 left because I did pick up one. I have one on the way.
All right,
the Matrix
one. So it'll end up on flippers maybe soon.
Maybe, I don't know. It's pretty sweet. It's pretty cool. Like I agree with you. It's very weird. It's not something you're going to see every day. And it's pretty affordable.
Yeah, I mean it's different. It's different, and that's why it's there. It's just something you can throw on. Would I wear it like for a holiday party or going? No, but around the house and different times and stuff. Yeah, it's a good watch
for sure. Mr. Detroit Spartan, this is going to be a tough question. Most people would think this is a tough question for Detroit Spartan because he's deep into the Rolex world and luxury world and everything like that. So $500 range is like that's not his wheelhouse. That's not where he looks typically. So hopefully I think you have a solid answer for this.
First, I gotta point out the how funny it was that it took Calico a minute to answer the question when you know he's got like $2,500 watches in his cushion of his couches. Like the dude's got a closet full of $500. I've never seen so many like shit watches in my life. But I love you for it. Like I love it. I love it.
I gotta have variety, man. Gotta have it. Gotta have
brands you never even heard of, brands that don't even exist. I tell you what, if I ever needed one, I'd go to Calico. But I'd say Seiko King Turtle. I wear it to work a lot. That I love the. I know some people complain about the rubber, but I love the rubber strap. I love the it's a green grenade dial. It actually lines up, water resistant. It can take a beating just like a Rolex. I love everything about that watch. Ocean O'Malley did a review of it. I think it retails for around 600, but you could probably get it for about 500 or maybe less.
Yeah, those are definitely in the $500 range. I think even the King Turtle's price range might be up in the $700 range. But like even at that, it's still actually a pretty legit watch. Maybe on bracelet or whatever. I don't know if the ones on the silicone strap are less, but I agree. Yeah. The King one, like I'm not so much a fan of the regular turtles, but the King Turtles with I believe it's ceramic bezel insert, and it has better grip on the bezel. Does yours have the day-date magnifier?
Yep, day-date magnifier, ceramic bezel, sapphire crystal.
Crystal.
It's built like a tank. It's a phenomenal watch for the price.
Yeah, I agree. And is that the only Seiko you own?
Yeah, I think so. You would probably know you that part of my collection. You probably know better than me. Yeah. For now, I might have one on order. And other than that, I can throw in a 1B or 1A or whatever you call it. I got both of the John Mayer G Shocks, and the first one I love. The second one is on order, and those are well under 500. And at least I love that first one.
Do you still wear it occasionally?
Yeah, if like when we were in the pool in Vegas, I'd wear it for that, or to if we were gonna install like a big irrigation project or something like that, I'd wear it. But I don't wear it too often. I kind of think that one and this second gen that's coming are both going to be collector's items. I know the first one's already on eBay for well over $500. So
So that one, when it was launched, and the current one were like $180. So if you're saying they're already trending at, would you say like 5?
Yeah, I think maybe even more now. The 5 was right after release. So
yeah, that's crazy if you think about it.
I may stop wearing it and just kind of hold on to it. Not that I need like $300-400, but it's just I think it'll be something cool to have down the road.
Right. Yeah. So, Mr. Craig, do you have an answer for the $500, like your pick for like the $500 range?
There's a lot of good watches in that range. I mean, you give us a heads up on this one, and I mean, I've had the Orient Kamasus in the past, in my watch journey. Those are really nice. Stu mentioned the King Turtle. My wife had a Traska Summitier, which is a nice watch. Aluminum. The coating on that on the case and the bracelet is fantastic. Always like the Notice Retrospect, but never had any experience with those. But I think I'm really kind of partial on this price range to go with Hamilton. You got multiple khaki field models, bracelets, straps, 38 mil. Heck, they even have a new 42 mil. Field watch, but it's a little bit more expensive. But if I had to pick one, I would go with the day date, the Pilot day date, the 42 mil, because I've got a larger wrist.
Yeah.
This is my pick. Now, I bought it new. I got a great price, around $7. I would try to pick it up used. Flippers, eBay, something like that. See what you can do used.
Be patient. And that one has a strong tie to a movie too. So that's a movie.
Your favorite movie. Yeah, Interstellar, great movie. Finally watched it here about a month or two ago. But yeah, absolutely love the watch. Fits my wrist great, very comfortable. It's kind of unique too with it's their version of a pilot's watch, perfectly balanced with the numbers, and unlike the what is it, the Air King that lacks the 0 in front of the 5. Yeah. This one doesn't have to worry about it because the day complication takes up interrupts it. So it's perfectly balanced with the day and the date being at 12 and 6. So
yeah, Air King, eat your heart out.
Yeah, love it.
So I'm gonna pick an oddball, and it would be, the easy answer would be there's a bunch of micro brands out there that would easily fall into that $500 category, and I could probably
Zelos.
a ton of them. Yeah, like a dozen at least, like Swiss watch companies, Zelos, Notice, Traska. I mean, heck, Baltic. Like depending on your wrist, I could list all those. I feel like that's an easy answer. I'm gonna do something a little more unusual, not quite as face numbing as Calico's, but I'm gonna go with the Citizen NY series. So not just this one, because these ones are going for a little bit higher, and they do have some limited edition ones like this. But you can search up the NY0040, NY0090. They're automatics. 60 click bezel. They're still a decent size, you know, in between that 40-42 is how they wear. Left hand crown, which throws people off. I think it's just a fun watch, and you can get these easily under that $500 mark, and it's something that is respected but different than. I think everybody should own a Seiko SKX at some point, whether they keep it or not. I think you should definitely own one or try one. Yeah, I think you guys would pretty much all agree. Detroit, I don't think you've owned an SKX, but the turtle's close. So
Close. This is turtle, right? It's turtle, the patty turtle, right?
yeah, they're close.
I was just asking you about one at the AD on Friday night.
About the SKX.
Yeah, I want to get one at some point.
Well, you were looking at
Better
the
hurry.
Willard, which, like, seriously, you'll love the Willard. So
Yeah.
Oh, the Willie? Yeah.
Yeah,
he picked out a gem of a one. I think you should probably just pick it up eventually.
Blue
Yeah,
or green? Blue or green?
It's like a grayish style.
It's
how
a
to
faux
explain it,
patina
Rob?
faded black. It is beautiful. I forget the part number, but I did a video on it, and it is very good.
It's got like a green fabric strap. It's fantastic for the price, $1,300.
Oh,
But I do want a
Yeah.
Pepsi bezel SKX.
You know, my wife's got
You can even build your own SKX essentially. This is a mod watch, and this is under $500 if you build it yourself. If you pay someone to build it, you're going to pay a couple $100 more. Like Dirk, I built some more expensive SKXs for Dirk, but this was one that is titanium, and it's really cool, and it's going to be given away when I hit 60,000 subscribers.
That's sick. I was just hoping that Calico was going to send me one for Christmas.
you want it? You
That's
want it?
kinda
I take the
hit-
shirt off my. I take the shirt off my back for you. You want it?
I was dropping hints and he wasn't picking them up.
I'm working on it. Let's
No,
see what
I
we
had
can
to
do.
jump through a couple little hoops to make sure he got that one. So
Actually, yeah, he made that one happen for me. So I don't know. I mean,
Hey,
We'll
I'm not gonna lie. Get the SKX. Don't get the mod. Get the original.
Oh,
Just
for
get
sure.
it, find it, and get it. Yeah, you can get mods for other things. I mean, that mod that he's looking at that's a 60K subscriber watch. That's going to be a nice one. I mean, I'm going to have to enter
let's
like
be
5 or
honest.
6 times.
Tennessee Mike, with his luck, he's probably going to end up winning that watch. Like he
Right.
wins pretty much all drawings. It's
He
crazy.
deserves it.
I think the new Seiko 5s are better balanced than the SKXs are. I always found the SKX to be a little top heavy. But the new Seiko 5s I think are better balanced. The only thing that kind of is annoying for me on the Seiko 5s is the lack of a screw down crown. But with it being at 4, it really doesn't, you know.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
I think
it's
we were
not.
all way too hung up on it. I think the 5KXs are fine. I have one here. I know you that limited edition one you just picked up for Heidi is the
Yeah.
dial on that is awesome. It's so cool.
The 4 o'clock crown negates it. You know, I had a Christopher Ward C65 with the 3 o'clock crown, and if you didn't watch out, you know, you could pop it out to the
True.
first position. But with the 4 o'clock crown, it's really a non-issue.
It's
You know, it'd
very
be nice.
protected.
It'd be nice to have it, you know, screw down. But to answer William's question in the chat about what watch I wear while motorcycling, I've kind of gone back and forth on this. It's going to be a G-Shock.
Yeah.
But-
So you were wearing like those
Yeah.
Skimis and the World Timers
Yeah.
and everything like that,
Yeah.
but you seem to have settled on
Yeah.
G-Shock.
I'm going to go with the G-Shock because then I can just bring one watch with me and wear it to bed. Because I do that at home anyways. I don't have an alarm clock by my bed. I just use a digital watch. So it's kind of a nice solution.
Which almost all of us answered automatic watches for that $500 watch, with the exception of one person. But he has been drinking pretty heavily, so it's hard to say. Because we could all have said G-Shock for that.
Stu, I'll mail you this.
Oh no, that stuff is nasty. The only thing worse than Malort is Pusser's rum.
Oh god.
Detroit Spark.
Whatever that shot was last night, I think that was the worst I've ever had.
I
That
don't
was
know.
Malort. It was Malort, and it was
South
bad.
side of Chicago, Malort, baby.
All right,
I
let's
think
mix it up. We brought up G-Shock. Let's bring up G-Shock. Oh, you know what? We're running out of time. I want to close out with a couple of different things here. This is going to be like shotgun answers. Calico, you ready for this? Right now, pick one watch that you're going to wear for 30 days. Go right now. 30 days, you got to wear the watch.
Batman.
Batman?
Rolex Batman. Yeah, gonna start
Okay.
out the new year with it. Yeah.
All right, Detroit Spartan, real quick. 30 days, you got to wear it. 30 days, what is it?
Pepsi GMT, easy answer.
Okay. Craig, what is it?
Omega World Timer.
World Timer. Interesting. Sub, I already did it for 100 days. 30 days would be a piece of cake. So that's an easy one.
So we all picked Rolexes.
Except for Craig. Craig picked the Omega World
But wait,
Timer.
but
And
he
the only
picked
reason,
time zone, a travel watch.
true. Well, the Rolex, the Explorer would have been a travel watch too. But when I got the Explorer 2, I wore it for over 30 days straight. So I'm just giving the World Timer its due time.
Okay. Otherwise, it could have very easily been the
Oh
Polo.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. But because the Omega's a little bit more fresh and you want to wear it, so the 30 days is going to be easier because your desire to do that is easier.
Yep.
Okay. So starting tomorrow, you guys all have to do that then, right?
Tomorrow or New Year?
No, I'm just kidding. We don't have to do that. That's too hard for most watch obsessives. That's not something I would put on anybody.
I'm still honeymoon with my tutor.
I could totally do it with the Pepsi. No problem whatsoever.
Yeah. Which the last few times I've ran into you, you have not been wearing the Pepsi. You've been wearing pretty much the
Wimbledon
Skyballer or the President date with the green dial. Beautiful watch.
Well, I got a couple of watches, Rob. It's not always easy,
No. We all have a couple of watches. You just have a couple of Rolex. All right, another shotgun. You guys ready? I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna go backwards this way. That way, Craig doesn't have time. Craig, you've had too much time on me.
Oh yeah,
So
Craig.
I'm gonna go backwards. Craig, Detroit, Calico. This is shotgun answer. Ready? Craig, right now, watch in your collection that you're gonna sell right now. Sell it. You're gonna sell it right now.
Titanium G-Shock Square.
It's already
Blue
listed.
camo. Blue
That's
camo.
already listed. That's already listed. Pick another one.
Green dial Oris Aquis.
Okay. All right. So if anybody's looking for a titanium G-Shock square blue camo, Craig already has that listed. Get a hold of me and I'll get you in touch with him. Insane lowest price I've seen. But also, I think he's ready to sell his green dial Oris Aquis. All right, let's move on. Detroit Spartan. Boom. Right now. Watch you're going to sell right now.
It's easy. I just listed it. Detroit Watch Company watch. I bought it on my birthday in March, and I haven't worn it one time, and it's got a beautiful dial. It's unique. The set, the case, everything it comes with is like top of the line for the price. It doesn't get any wrist time with my other sports models. So I'm gonna.
All right. So if anybody's looking for a Detroit watch automatic, it has like the retro dial, phone dial type dial. It also has a drawing and everything like that. But also kind of not fair. You already have that listed. Detroit Spartan has a good price on that and everything. But like, pick another watch. You have to pick another watch.
Probably my Nomos Tangomat GMT, another watch that I absolutely love. You just click a button and it moves time zone to every major airport in the world.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
That is cool. So as you're traveling, you're just like click, click. Instead of like unscrewing a crown or anything, you just click a button. Click. I don't think anybody else has done that. That one's unique in that fashion.
It's just a watch that I saw in the middle of the night, and I was like, I gotta have it, but I haven't been wearing it.
Yeah. All right, Calico, you've had time, but you're also intoxicated. So right now, what watch are you selling? Not listed. Like what you have to sell a watch when you're letting go. What is it right now?
It's the Seiko Titanium. It's the whatever that's called, Shogun on the
The
titanium
Shogun.
bracelet.
I thought you were going to say the
Yeah.
Landmaster when you said Seiko
Mm,
Titanium. No,
You know what?
not the-
I actually I had the time to think about it, and I don't know. It turned my stomach to let this go right now. I need time with it. I like it a lot. This is
that watch is
just
all
a
you,
unique
man.
spring
That watch
drive.
is so crazy
Yeah.
and unique and funky, but also like epically cool. I think that watch you need to hold on for a little bit. The Shogun, I think a lot of us, the watches,
I
even
can
like
get
what Craig said or Detroit Spartan said, these are watches that you could obtain again. These aren't like
Yeah,
weird, crazy hard to get watches.
Yeah.
If you want one later on down the road, you could just buy it again.
Yeah, this is a spring
We're not
drive.
letting
It's
go of
just-
the weird, crazy hard to get stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, when I thought of Craig was talking about riding a motorcycle, and fortunately, I'm not allowed to be on a motorcycle, I guess. But anyway, so long story
He's
short,
not better.
I mean, what watch would I wear? I was thinking the Landmaster, but I haven't been on a motorcycle to know like that might be like screw up the effing watch. I probably want a G-Shock or something on a motorcycle, you know, or something like that. But
Dude, there's
that's-
people out there that ride motor. They do all kinds of stuff with Rolex Submariners and stuff like that. They can take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Should you be doing it? Probably not, but they do it.
Craig,
Yeah.
let me know when you take your Explorer.
There's a
on
guy.
the wrist
there's-
on a motorcycle.
There's a guy in the motorcycle club that I ride with, and he was riding in Canada. He always rides with his Rolex, and he was riding in Canada, and he hit a bear, totaled his bike. He was in the hospital, the whole bit, but he always wears that Rolex.
Nice.
That's,
So that was
that's-
kind of an
that's a- that's a
exercise. I
morbid-
think a lot of
morbid.
people could play with that exercise and just quickly answer that. Like everybody, even in the comments or any if you're watching this video, ask yourself that question and answer it really quick. Then you know what you need to do. You need to take that watch and you need to sell it. It's gone. Because if you can ask yourself that question, you can answer it with a legitimate watch. You need to sell it. It's gone. Move on. Flip it. Okay, so another shotgun. We're gonna do another shotgun round, and then we're gonna close it out with last comments or if any other questions. And Calico, I'm gonna start with you again because I'm not sure how much longer you're gonna be able to last. So I'm picking on you. I know you can handle it. I'm picking on you. So right now, answer me. How many watches do you own?
Between 40 and 50.
It's a shit answer. You don't know.
I don't.
You narrowed it within 10. You actually think it's in between 40 and 50?
Probably more because one watch case is 36 and I have a couple more full. So I'm not counting G-Shocks and Timex and
Look at the
some of the ones you
excuses,
find
Brian.
in the couch. Some of the ones you find in the couch is too sad. I mean, those couch watches don't count. I mean, the ones that are sitting in the
Couch
in
watches.
the desk drawers and shit.
G-Shocks don't count for me. Calico's like, whatever fell into the watch cushions, they don't count. I don't even know it's there.
I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm thinking of the ones that are in a case and some that are probably, you know, I started the year with over 150. So I know I've got it less than that. But I would say somewhere between 40 to 50 of the ones I'm counting.
Okay. Detroit Spartan, how many watches do you own? Can you actually answer it right now?
Oh, I have no idea. But on that note, I'd love to go stay at Calico's house next time we go to Vegas and just reach in the couch and we can have like a white elephant Christmas party just in Calico's couch. Pull out whatever we
See who
pick up.
fights for it. Who's fighting for it?
But yeah, I have no idea. Over 50, probably. Maybe under 50 now. Right in that range.
All right, Craig, how many watches do you own?
14.
You have a spreadsheet. You should be able to answer this.
14, two
Yeah,
for
well,
sale.
a
With 16 with 2 for sale.
So see, Craig can answer it because some of us actually keep
no, 14
spreadsheets.
with 2 for sale. Sorry, 14, 2 for sale.
14.
So I'm hoping to get back down to 12. Yeah.
Have you been drinking?
Yeah, he's been drinking vodka tonic.
Yeah. I need another one. I'm empty.
I finished the vodka.
Yeah, when you're doing live streams, you need to bring the bottle, by the way. Mine's empty, otherwise I would have brought the bottle.
Anytime you're with Calico, you need to bring the bottle.
In a bottle.
You still
In this
got
case,
the
you could handcuff one to
you still
yourself.
got the handcuffs connected.
That's a memory, man.
He,
It's
he probably
priceless.
can't find the key. Only a couple of us had the key to that.
Yeah.
I think Stu had a key.
I returned mine. I did have a key, but I returned it. With the, I also returned the Bose flashbang that you threw in my room at 4 a.m. Vegas time. So that's a whole
The
separate story.
jungle,
We can talk about
baby.
that.
Welcome to the jungle.
Flashbang. We're gonna have to talk about that.
Perfect.
Well, you know, you have to know the story. I call
Craig
it the
didn't
Bose
hear it.
flashbang.
Craig slept like a baby.
Yeah.
Detroit didn't hear it. He was sleeping good.
Yeah.
I think you're just sensitive, Rob. That's all.
I am very sensitive to noise when I'm hungover. All right, so
nobody else heard it.
I wrote the question, so like I should be able to answer it. How many do I own? And the answer is easy. It's kind of like more of what Calico in Detroit said. It's I own probably more watches than I think I do, but it's less than what you guys think I own. Guaranteed.
This
I
is like
legitimately don't know the answer.
this is
Dude,
the
that's like a
typical
non-answer.
right.
Yeah.
It's the typical random
Yeah.
Rob answer.
Yeah.
How many times have we all heard
Politician.
that? Right?
Well, listen,
Every
I
time,
bought
all the time,
yesterday
all the time.
or Friday alone. I picked up two watches, or I picked up one that I bought previous, bought two, took one with me, and one's being shipped. So how the hell can I keep track of this? Like, and this happens on a regular basis.
Spreadsheet.
It's
Spreadsheet.
there you go,
So I don't
man.
have time for a spreadsheet.
Ain't
the
nobody got
spreadsheet-
time for that.
You would have to use. I would need like a dry erase board, like that,
And?
because it happens that quick with me. So,
Put it like a whiteboard with like post-it notes. That way you can
I mean,
easily
there's-
just move them
like, do I
around.
count all of these? Like, what are these? I don't even. This holds 30
Where,
right
where are
here.
you moving your finger?
Right
What are
behind
you
me.
doing
See
with
that
your
He's
finger?
got that. He's got that standing case. You can mount
Which
it on the
finger
wall.
did you
or,
use? Which finger did you use?
This case over here holds 30 watches, and these are all watches that I technically own. But
See, Dirk knows what I'm talking about. Dirk's got a spreadsheet. Look at that.
yeah, Dirk does a spreadsheet as well. But I have a favorite, but I'm partially ready.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to highlight that.
No,
one.
yeah, it was the 1-2
I
above
meant to
there. There you
highlight
go.
that one.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm actually kind of a little envious of the guys with the spreadsheets because in hindsight, that would be very good information to keep. And even I was listening on my drive home last night, I was listening to Sanjay, Engineer Wannabe's live stream, and his spreadsheet actually goes in detail of having like case size and all this other stuff. So that way he
Wow.
can
He's
keep
an
track of when he
engineer,
buys.
Rob. He's
know.
an engineer. I mean,
So am I, but I don't
what do
keep
you
track of that
expect?
stuff.
You've
But
got
it's a good thing
spreadsheet.
to
You're an
probably keep
engineer
track of.
too. You have a spreadsheet. Detroit, do you have a spreadsheet of your stuff?
No, it's all
No,
passion.
because
Like,
you know.
I wake up in the middle of the night, take a piss, I buy a watch. I don't know what I have. I have no clue.
Hey, but if somebody asks for my serial number, guess where I'm going to look?
Yeah, that's a
Spreadsheet.
good thing though. That's a good
I think
thing.
it's
See,
smart.
so
It's smart to
for
have for sure.
insurance
That's smart.
and
That's
security
smart.
purposes, it would be a good idea, but also for like
Bingo.
record keeping for like your taste, and so you can narrow down the profile of what watches, which is very difficult to do because it's very subjective, because you can't just say like I only like 40 to 41 millimeter watches, because there's some 45 millimeter watches out there that wear like those 41. So like you can lock yourself into a corner by doing that, and I think that's a huge mistake. But
I wish I would have started it sooner in my watch journey because it might have helped me narrow it down, like my taste down and kind of figure out what I liked sooner.
maybe
Oh,
don't
yeah.
include the cost and price.
You don't have
style.
to, yeah. You can hide those columns or not even have them, whatever. But it's nice to be able to look at that list and see what you have and kind of see the similarities. And, if you're going to include sizes or whatever, that can help too.
Yeah, I mean,
That's awesome.
that's an interesting thing, because if you have to get a rider on your home insurance for the watch collection, a spreadsheet really does help with that.
Yep.
I mean, especially if something goes south, to have that stored somewhere in the cloud or whatever, because
Not a bad idea.
yeah, I mean that's not. I mean, especially with the kind of watches all four of us here are collecting and have. And I mean, I'd be able to claim so many in the couch too. That I don't
It's
know.
easy. It's easier to do when you have a
His
smaller collection
sofa
like mine.
is worth a lot more than people think it is.
Someone's gonna buy Calico's sofa. It's gonna be on Antiques Roadshow in 20 years from now, and it's gonna pull out like a Zenith Daytona and be rich.
I'd be like, we found this. That's great. That'd be awesome.
Oh, all right. What did you switch over to now, Calico? Is that Johnny Walker?
Well, I let it breathe for the first
Yeah.
hour because Johnny Walker needs to.
So you had
breathe,
everything
right?
poured out. You had like a range, like that's what I need to do. Don't bring the bottle. I just need to have options over here in glasses, breathing.
I don't know. You need to let Johnny Walker breathe, but I did. You know, but if you're gonna pour the pussers, you got to let that breathe. For a little
Oh my
bit,
God.
you know?
That can evaporate off. That can breathe all at once. I won't consume that no more.
You just got to add some cocoa nuts, some nutmeg, a little bit of pineapple juice.
Yeah, I think Mark has the perfect comment. You know, one bourbon,
What's
one
Mark's
scotch, one
comment?
beer. There you go.
There you go. Right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kind of nice.
All right. I think we did a pretty good live stream. I appreciate you guys all joining in. Calico, always great to have you on. And just so everybody knows in the chat, like these are some of the people that I talk to, like not like on a daily basis, but like all day, every day. Like, and I hope to have more people on. I can do a panel like this. I don't want to interfere with other people's live streams because we're in a community where there's a lot of people that do live streams, but I kind of like put the feeler out there, and like Sanjay wasn't doing one, Bobby Legs wasn't doing one, so like I took the opportunity to go ahead and do it. But I might be able to find a night that way I could do a panel and we could have different guests on and see how it flows and mix it up. I think that would be kind of fun. So Calico, is great having you here. Detroit Spartan, always great to have you here as well. I think this is only like the second time I think you've been on. Craig, same for you, and hopefully many more. So don't click off yet. I'm going to end the live stream, but I want you guys to stay on for a second because I want to talk about a little after show talk real quick. So everybody,
Happy
thanks
holidays,
for chiming in.
fellas.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the live stream.
Thanks for chiming in, and I'll see you on the next
I like
video.
that, Detroit.